Review and pay, review and pay, review and pay, review and pay. What's going on, everyone? My name's Roszko and we are back. So today we have a lot of Yeezy news to talk about. Big news being that we had the release of the Yeezy 350 V2 Israfil over the weekend. We saw this shoe drop on Adidas and also on Yeezy Supply. But unfortunately for me, just did not work out, man. Served another L. I wasn't able to cop on Yeezy Supply. Yeezy Supply, man, I don't know what is going on with the site. Some releases I have, straightforward, you get in there, you check out, you're good, but most of the time there's just a new issue that always pops up. And for this release, it was the review and pay. I got stuck when I put my information in there and you hit review and pay. It just kept circling and circling and circling and I could not get through to payment. I tried to play around and do, refresh, back out, get back in, and then eventually it just kicked me all the way back out to the waiting room. But then once you got back in, it kept saying my session was expired. Eventually I got claimed as a bot and they shut the whole thing down for me. So I wasn't able to get through on Yeezy Supply at all. I know a lot of people had that same issue as well with the review and pay, and some people just had no issues at all and was able to get through. Yeezy Supply can be somewhat kind of chaotic. Congratulations to everyone that did secure their pair through Yeezy Supply. There wasn't a lot of information going on. We didn't see a lot of pairs out there on the market. I think it's gonna catch a lot of people by surprise. I think once people get it in hand, they're gonna see that it's a really solid color. It looks really good. I think it's a top tier 350 V2 for 2020. It's in a nice, earth tone denim blue, and then it's got that nice pop of yellow on the translucent stripe. And this is also one of the first 350 V2s that comes with the infinity lacing system, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see resale value start to slowly go up. I know early on, a lot of people were saying that these were bricks. These are bricks. Easy 350 V2s nowadays, they're not gonna have crazy amount of resale value. There's just so many colorways out there on the market, and they keep making more. Well, if you missed out on this one, there's no worries because there's gonna be another 350 V2 dropping next month. So resale value will not be crazy high. Now, if we take a look at StockX right now, resale value for the Israfil 350 V2 is hovering around, 280, 300, 310. I do think that's gonna hold for some of the smaller sizes. Once people start getting their pairs in, the little Timmies will start undercutting each other. And I do think it's gonna be like 260, 275, and then it will slowly start to work its way up from there. So for me personally, I would say, hold for now. If you don't have a buyer lined up already willing to pay you, that lives close by, that way you can avoid the fees, avoid the shipping, I would just say hold for right now because they will go up. After the Yeezy Supply drop, we waited for the Adidas app raffle. Now, the Adidas app raffle is probably the simple, most easiest drop that Adidas can ever do. So I signed up on my mom's account, my sister's account, my dad's account, and I got served L's all across the board. I think I'm shadow banned or something because I haven't hit on the Adidas app raffle since the Earth 350 V2. It's so crazy how it's been this year. I think last year in 2019, I think there was less competition, so that's probably why I was hitting on a lot. It's kind of crazy how it's going because I saw a lot of people hit on the Adidas app. But then again, I saw a lot of people had some issues because their banks hit them with that notification saying, hey, I think it's fraud. We're gonna have to decline this purchase, which, whew, that's a tough one. I unfortunately, once again, took L's. Shout out to my friend in the chat, part of the Roszko's Chicken and W's Club. Kind of worked a deal out and I was able to get my pair. So I will have a size 12 personal pair review coming very, very soon. Probably by the end of the week, I will have a review. Don't worry though, if you guys took an L, because we got another 350 V2 right around the corner, and that is the Azareth. If you're gonna ask me, Azareths look so much better. I think these could be one of the best 350 V2s of 2020. I still think the Zions are the best, but I think these could be up there, like top 3 easily. This one's coming in a dark navy blue. It's gonna have like a black kind of hue to it as well, but then that top quadrant is gonna have like a grayish blue hue, so we'll have a little bit of lightness, light tone to it, and then it also has that nice contrasting sole. It's gonna come in like a clear white sole, so dark tone upper, clear white sole. Kind of reminds me of the Slate 500 High. Now this one will have infinity lacing system on it as well. So once again, I've said it, all the 350 V2s from here on out will have this new lacing system. Azareth, we don't have a release date just yet, but I expect to be a lot more chaotic than this Israfil release. I think a lot more people are gonna like this color. I think a lot more people are gonna go for it. And I also think this shoe is gonna be dropping everywhere. But I really like this Azareth 350 V2. That one will be the next one that's gonna be dropping. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be excited for it. I know I am as well, and I think this one probably might be one of my favorites. Now, before I get into this week's sneaker releases, I wanna add this early leak. We have an early picture of the Yatcher 350 V2s. I mean, we might as well stay on all the 350 V2 silhouette right now. Here you go. This is what it's gonna look like when it's fully put together. Now, this shoe is rumored to be dropping in November, so we're adding this to November. Man, November is stacked with Yeezys. I think last year in December, they literally dropped, you know, 2 Yeezys a week, it felt like. I think a lot of these companies are going to push tons of sales out there, you know, try to recuperate all the sales that they lost. Now, I will say it's not one of my favorites. I think it's starting to grow on me. I think it's better than the mock-ups, at least of what it's first shown. You know, it's coming in like a very brown tone. I know it looks like it's all brown, kind of like that purple hue. Actually, looking at it, it kind of reminds me of the Tyrian 500 High. It's like that same color tone, and then you have like a nice kind of milky, sort of like caramel sole, which is not too bad, but then you have that pop of color. It looks like it's gonna be purple on that translucent stripe. Now, this one, I will say, I do expect it to sell out. I think all the shoes around the holiday season always sell out. You know, there is a Bez that's supposed to be dropping, which is like a white kind of gold. And then you have Elydia, which is sort of like a clay and earth put together. And out of all those 3, I would say the Yatcher is the only one I'm really interested in. Kind of know what it's gonna look like. I will say it's a COP for me. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, you know, I'm not gonna sweat it too hard. It's gonna be dropping this November. I wanna hear from you down in the comments, your thoughts on this shoe. All right, now let's get into this week's sneaker releases. This week is honestly just jam-packed with awesome shoes. Nike's bringing a ton of heat. Adidas has some heat with its Sean Weatherspoon Super Earth, but the one shoe we know we're all looking forward to, the Yeezy 700 V3 Azareth. This sneaker is gonna be dropping this upcoming Saturday. That is August 29th for a retail price of $200. Whew. We have been looking forward to for a while now, ever since we got that first announcement from Yeezy Mafia. This one, gotta have it, do anything at all costs.
This shoe is mine.
It's probably a must-have Yeezy sneaker for me for 2020. You know, we don't get many blue Yeezys. One of my favorite silhouettes right now for Yeezy, between the Quantums and the 700 V3s and the new foam runners, I'm wearing those all day long. I think the blue tone looks awesome, but you're gonna get that nice kind of exoskeleton on the side of the shoe, which will in fact glow in the dark. Gonna have a nice white sole, and then it's gonna have that black tongue. Now the shoe is gonna be dropping in full family sizing. I mean, you can get the whole family strapped down. I think everyone's gonna be going for this shoe. I think resale value is definitely there on this shoe. I mean, it only retails for $200. I think I see this shoe going for about $400, $450. You know, we don't know the stock numbers just yet. I don't think stock is gonna be incredibly high, but I think it's gonna be decent enough where I think a good amount of people will get some W's. I will take these over the Alvis. I think the resale value will be the same though between the Azareth and the Alvis. I'm super excited. I cannot wait for Saturday. Cannot wait for this live COP. All right, now before we end today's video, I want to leave you guys with some more leaks. Now this first one being Donda merch. So it looks like when the album does drop, there will be some merch alongside of it. So you have a purple t-shirt, looks to be an angel on the back that's sort of shining the light on the crown of thorns. And then also, I have seen this crew neck a lot. I've seen it worn by a lot of people who work over at Yeezy. And this one has the crown of thorns on the arm, and then it's got an alien on the back, which I will say is pretty cool. So just like a weird green alien. I like this one a lot. Hopefully it drops very, very soon. And then also, this one has been 5 years in the making, and we finally got our best look yet. The Yeezy 1050 boot. Now I know a lot of people are not gonna be a fan of this because it does look like a astronaut boot. Looks like this is like part of the outfit for NASA. I'm actually kind of digging it. You know, and this definitely falls in line with Yeezy, kind of like a more futuristic approach. I mean, this does look like it's part of a sci-fi uniform. I think it's perfect for where I live. You know, living in Northeast, you know, in the Boston area, we get like a foot of snow. You know, the winters are tough, and this looks like it could be it. I mean, look at the rubber outsole on the bottom, man. It's got spikes on the side, and then it also has that kind of side netting that's gonna be like, looks like could be waterproof, maybe, possible, but who knows? Maybe this could be dropping towards the end of 2020 or early 2021. Yeezy 1050 boot could be coming very, very soon. Now, last but not least, this picture popped up and I thought it was quite funny. A lot of people didn't even know what the hell they were looking at. And here you have all the samples sort of stacked on each other, like all the soles. First one looks to be a 350 V3 sample, which was later deemed as the 380. And then under that, you have the 450, 451 sole. We've seen that sole so many times. And then below that looks to be probably a season 8 boot sole or bottom. I don't know really what it is, but it's got some kind of heavy traction, I'll tell you that, because it's got some grooves, some grip on that. It looks like some spikes on the bottom. I don't know what it is. That's the leaks I have for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'll catch you next video. Peace.